What's up, guys? Let's talk about some strategy changes that I think we should be paying attention to implement and get some new sales and play the game Facebook's way. So I dove into Marketplace and started looking around, right? Which I never do. You've heard me complain in the past that I think that that's stupid. I guess not complain. You've heard me just be like, I don't really care to look at Marketplace because then I feel like I'm paying attention to other people's stuff and that just keeps me from paying attention to what I'm doing. But things have shifted and now we're not doing much. Most of us aren't. So I went ahead and I dove into Marketplace. And you can pretty much search anything that's not like your average dropshipping item. You'll get drastically different results. But I went ahead and typed in first I didn't type in anything. I just let it show me what it's going to show me. I filtered it by shipping, and then I filtered it by, what else was it? New. So that, it kind of falls in that range of what we only dropship as, shipping only, new. I know some of you do shipping and local pickup to kind of like play with the system a little bit. I haven't done that personally, but I understand why that would be cool to do. So maybe I should start doing that. And if you guys are seeing results from choosing local pickup and shipping and then just ignoring all the local pickup stuff other than answering questions so that, it kind of makes you trustworthy, whatever. Anyway, I dove in and I typed in Keurig eventually. And if you'll notice, I say you'll notice, I'm not recording my screen right now. I'm just kind of looking at stuff so I can talk to you about it. But I type in Keurig and I have it filtered by shipping and new. And there's really not that many drop shipping options. You would think with those filters and that search term, like a Keurig, a desktop, a countertop appliance like that, that would be for sure a drop shipping item. Now, if you go and do this during this video or do it after, I don't care. But even when I click on ones that are typical white background drop shipping items, either these people are doing a great job of disguising themselves, or they're even normal listings that people went and just copy pasted a picture of the professional image of a Keurig, but then didn't actually do it. So they just took the picture and then didn't take a picture of their own Keurig that they're selling because it's probably new in box or something. Like I'm looking at one right now that this person doesn't even have any reviews, but they're using a white background image that they obviously snipped out of somewhere because it's a low quality image. And their description literally just says brand new and unopened box Keurig, single cup coffee maker, period. On sale in store for $89. I'm selling for $40. That's the only description. There's no there's none of the stupid, which I say stupid not to make fun of you, to make fun of myself as well, but because we all have done / do it. But there's none of the whole asterisk, a bunch of stars and then hit the buy now button and on sale, or like brand new in box, ships really fast with a stupid packing truck emoji or something, for the first thing. And I think the landscape is, I think the landscape is changing. It's obviously changing. When you search stuff now, you can tell the algorithm is doing a very good job at filtering out what it deems drop shipping products. And it lets a small percentage in, I'm assuming, of the pool. Imagine if we all try to drop ship the same thing. It's going to let a small amount of white background images in, from what I can tell. And even of those, most of them aren't even drop shipping. So and I could be wrong. And one thing I'm not doing is looking at things that are automatically that maybe they're review images. I'm looking for the ones that are still white background, and there is very few of them. And again, even the ones that don't even look like they're drop shipping when you look at the description. So all this to say, if there's if there's a big pool of people selling used Keurigs from their actual house, and then there's people drop shipping them with obvious drop shipping listings, Facebook is somehow filtering those very good and not letting very many of them through. I think they're still on purpose letting some of them through, or some of them are slipping through, but they're not doing very well. Now, if you type something like those dumbass Carbon wallets, if you literally type in Carbon wallet, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's the same image, and I mentioned it in my last video of the. It's just, I've had one of these, like a lot of people have. They're great until you realize that they're actually like a super pain in the ass wallet to have. Anyway, big trending item for like the last 3 years. Not that impressive, but people, like, if you search that, you'll see a bunch of dropshipping listings. And I think it's the opposite end of that conversation, where there's not very many people selling these out of their house. Like, it's not very many people just like hanging out with one of these and be like, you know what, I think I should sell that. Almost all of it is dropshippers selling that. So when you search for it, that's kind of all the pool has to offer, is just dropshipping images. And you can kind of see good and bad versions of the listing. And if you just kind of like, if you kind of approach any of these things with kind of like an art brain, and you look at a big screen of thumbnails and you just kind of like squint your eyes a bit, and you just kind of see which one your eyes travel to the fastest, that's kind of the images that you know are going to be more successful. I mean, it's no different than when I'm trying to think of a YouTube thumbnail or something like that when I make one for a video, even though I'm not that great at it. Same thing, you can search a term, or you can just go to your homepage and you can squint your eyes and be like, where does my eyes draw to first? Or you can refresh the page and be like, boom, what's the first video I noticed and why? And you kind of overanalyze that. Same thing can be said for these thumbnails of dropshipping listings. And it's funny because as I'm talking to you and I'm doing that and I'm looking at this Carbon wallet screen of just, it's like the grid sorting layout where it's just a bunch of square images. The one my eye actually drove to, because there's so many of the same dropshipping image, it went to one that's the wallet in someone's hand. So it's like, okay, I noticed, like, my brain was like, ooh, that image stands out so much compared to all these professional or lifestyle or whatever images, that makes sense. If somebody was scrolling through, they'd see this image and it would be something else. And guess what? I click on it. And it is a drop. It's literally a wallet picture. It's got a $20 bill in it in somebody's hand. And you might find it if you go looking for it. But I click on it and the description is obviously a drop shipper. But look, they've got a great, even when you search this term, they've got a great image. It doesn't look like a drop shipping image. So it like made it through really well in the competition. But it does have a drop shippy description. So really quick, I'm just going to type in like keyboard because I'm using a keyboard. And most of the results are not drop shipping. They're like very few drop shipping listings right here. And same thing. I basically what I'm saying is you can't drop ship the same way right now. And I'm not even talking about shops. Right now, I'm not even thinking about shops. I'm thinking about marketplace because everything sucks so bad that we need to go back to the basics. And I've had a conversation with some of you just in my personal Facebook Messenger and everything about best practices and stuff like that. And it seems like it always points to back to the basics. Are you doing the things you're supposed to do? Or are you like me in the past who has gotten used to coasting on the momentum of previous like success with dropshipping? That you're not even going in and trying anything. You're not trying to stay ahead of the game. You're not trying to do anything. You're just kind of like, it works right now. Why would I change it? I'm busy. And then before you know it, you're looking and you're like, oh, I don't have any deposits. So start looking at these things. Start going into marketplace, which I know a lot of you do. And just kind of seeing, what does Facebook show you? Like, stop being a dropshipper for a second and start looking at it like somebody who's just hopping on. What is Facebook actually showing people in marketplace when they look? It's not a lot of dropshipping stuff. So, time to disguise yourself and sneak into those little images and be like, okay, well, if these are what real, and this video might be a little long, but one thing that I said in my last video that I'm actually doing right now is I'm going around my house and finding stuff that I knew I bought on Amazon. Like my wife's desk is on the other side of my office, right? And she recently bought just like a cheap, but it looks nice, like a laptop stand that matches her MacBook or whatever. So I'm gonna take a picture of that thing on my phone, and then I'm gonna list it on Marketplace from my phone, knowing full well that I can buy that thing on Amazon. Now, the only thing that sucks about this is I'm taking a brief break on one account. Don't dive into this all crazy. And I'm not going to use a software for it right now. But if it sells at all, I will then relist it with software in a different image, see if it sells there. If it's not selling, then I will take a new photo of it because I have it in my house. I can take as many crazy photos of it as I want. I can like flat lay it, which if you know what that means, that's cool. I can put her laptop on it with it open. Like you can just take new fresh photos of it and relist it with a software tool, but replace it with your images. That way it tracks the pricing. Like that's what I'm gonna do with FBM Fox is I'll list it that way. But I can do this test of things around my house because I mean, we buy plenty of crap from Amazon. There's probably endless things I could do that with. And then see if I have success. Also, hold on, I had a list of stuff. In my last video, some of you, it is crazy how some of you guys like will comment on my video or like message me and not watch my video, but you'll like see the title and thumbnail and then like complain to me about it. Watch my damn videos before you start like coming at me. So, my recent videos like Facebook's dead. It's like, it is me complaining about like how everybody's not having any sales, all that stuff. But I kind of talk about the same stuff I just talked about. Like I'm talking about what to do moving forward. I'm talking about the fact that like I really haven't been on top of it. Like it just blows my mind sometimes. I just have to complain too for a second. But thank those of you for watching me and actually watching my videos till the end. I know they can be boring because I just sit here and look at the camera. I don't put a bunch of flashy edits in there all the time. Sometimes I get in little kicks where I do that, but this is just me. Back to the basics. Also with YouTube, how I started, just talking at you, talking about my thoughts. The thing is, and you're just getting a peek behind the curtain at me now, it's not even about dropshipping necessarily, is what happens is I grow in subscriber count, and I'm not even a giant YouTuber by any means close to that. But I'm approaching 10,000 subscribers, and the pressure to like make your little videos perfect, I constantly have to resist. And the more feedback, because I know I shouldn't be looking at comments as much as I do, but I like to make sure I can respond to you if I can. The weird amount of hate and feedback I get from like YouTube comments and just even through the Facebook group, people commenting on my posts, it's like, holy crap, guys. Like, remember that I'm just a dude like you that's not scared to hop in front of a camera, or girl, whatever, I don't care. Whatever you are. Like, I'm just a person that's not afraid to actually sit in the camera and like kind of tell you what I'm thinking because I'm used to it. I don't have all the answers. In fact, I have accounts that are doing just as bad as your accounts, and I'm just testing stuff out and letting you know what I think so that you can hear me and be like, okay, he tried that. Maybe I should try this, or I'll try what he was trying, or, ooh, that was a stupid idea. Let me do a version of that, but I think this would be better. All that kind of stuff. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. Now, I do have resources like a course and a VIP group that's a monthly charge. I'm not here to sell that to you. I know I brought it up and it's like, oh, he's just tagging that. I'm not. I do have resources for people to learn these things, but that doesn't mean I have all the answers. Once you start getting into the complicated stuff, we're all experimenting and we're all trying to act like we have all the answers when we don't. So as long as we can all be honest about that, I think this can be a really collaborative experience rather than like a whole like, well, this guy said this and this guy said that. Like, come on. We're all stupid. Nah, you guys aren't stupid, but I can be stupid all the time, which is why I'm saying experiment. I doubt any of you are even in the video at this point. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.